Creating a life after military service can feel overwhelming. Finding a rewarding career with a company that values veterans goes a long way to making that transition possible. Interfor offers former service members a way to grow and prosper in one of the world's largest forest products companies.
Interfor is a growth-oriented company that looks at capital improvements and acquisitions as a form to grow their company and to grow their people.
With Interfor, it's unique, it being a forest product company.
Being here at Interfor has really changed my outlook on corporate companies. You know, for the longest time, corporate companies, I had always thought that corporate was all about themselves and not about the employees that work for them.
Veterans are important to our diversity here at Interfor. The transferable skills that veterans bring to our operation, they fit right in.
Interfor appreciates vets in the sense that they come with a discipline, a hard work ethic, and those are some of the values that we have within the company.
I was in the Army for 6 years with the 101st Airborne out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. I deployed with them to Afghanistan in 2010. I was on a 13-month deployment. Just wanted to be able to help people, wanted to feel like you were helping people and making a difference was my biggest reason in joining. When I was in Afghanistan, what was so eye-opening for me, tomorrow's not promised. You better live it up today and enjoy today. But be the best person you can be.
I spent 5 years in the United States Navy, active duty. I earned the rank of a third-class petty officer, and I was an aviation structural mechanic. So we were operating in a hostile area. This was an area that was still very active. It had been active since 1990 in the Gulf War, and it never really settled down. And so that felt important. It felt like what we were doing was what we had trained for 4 years.
My family comes from a military background, and I had actually joined when I was 17, so I had to get my mother to actually sign. And 2 weeks after high school graduation, I was in boot camp. Active duty Air Force, 10 years, retired officially as a tech sergeant.
In my experience, in even interviewing and hiring veterans, they come already prepared for the workplace. They like the hard workmanship that it takes, the dedication that it takes to grow and to be successful in making the product that we make. They're like, oh, I can do that. I can learn that fast. I've already done that before, so they come ready.
The camaraderie that you build in the military is something that I've yet to find in the civilian world. Which obviously when you're away for 13 months with a group of guys, you become more than family. I mean, that's all you have, and you would die for them. And that's hard to find in the civilian world. The biggest challenge for me coming back home was getting back in the routine of everyday life.
So when I got out of the military, I didn't have that same structure, and I had to build that structure for myself. But fortunately, I did have discipline, and that allowed me to build that structure.
I had a lot of emotion. I felt alone. I felt confused. I missed the camaraderie, the family of the military. So it was very challenging for me. It was very challenging.
From a soldier to a civilian is a really big deal. And I think that's some of the angst that you have to start over again.
Transitioning back to civilian life was a big deal. You're looking for a way to find self-worth. You're looking for a job to find that where someone will appreciate your skill set.
Interfor is like a family. They are driven to grow their people from within and support them to be the best that they can be in the job that they have.
When you think about veterans that are wanting to grow in that stability and take care of their families and have a career, Interfor is home to them.
So if you're a vet seeking employment for a place like Interfor, I would tell you to apply as soon as possible. Interfor's waiting. They're needing vets. It's a great opportunity, great place to work.